Hello and assalamu alaikum. Also, if I post this by the time that we're still in Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak and happy early Eid. So, and also just life in general if you're not celebrating. Happy participating. So, I'm gonna keep this a little short because it's 1 in the morning and I have school tomorrow. But yeah, also yeah, I left a lot of headspace because I'm sitting on the floor and I don't have my tripod, so bear with that. Yeah. Anyways, so I was just thinking. Obviously, I was just thinking. But I was just thinking because I've been talking about this a lot with mainly my brother and my sister. We've just been talking about how, like, randomly we'll just bring up how, like, Islam is just so awesome, like, in every way. Like, number one, it's the answer to, like, everything. Like, things will always come full circle back to Islam. Like everything, science, philosophy, way of life, like everything. And also how, like, just the miracles, like I will, like, the randomest thing and most superficial thing too, like maybe my laptop is like loading too much because I have to like open some app, and then I'm like, you know what, Bismillah, and I blow on it and it just starts working. It's like, oh my god, that's all I need. And when you play adhan, oh my god, I can't speak. When you play adhan for a baby or you read the Quran to them and they just like start smiling and lighting up, that's just like, and it inexplainably, like, doing dhikr for me calms my anxiety like a lot. Like, I physically feel better. It doesn't get cured, but I physically feel better, and that allows me to take my own step into making myself feel better. Because like Allah, He doesn't let us just pray for things or wait for things to happen. He has our fate and He gives us help, but we have to get up and do things ourselves. That's because, and because, like, people who aren't really hard Muslim, they do stuff too, and they have success and they have happiness and they have everything, virtual, whatever. So it's like, yes. But anyways, other than that, I'm not gonna go too deep into this because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna name this video something about like last brain cell, because I don't have the proper terms right now, or even a general topic, like discussion. There's a discussion, there's just not really like a general topic, I guess. So because, like I said, it's kind of just like full circle. Islam just being full circle. But yeah, and then I was also thinking, because also my brother brought it up. He was like, like he was talking about how everybody he was talking about like imperialism and colonialism, and no, he was talking about like Western culture, I guess, or civilization, and how we shouldn't even be anymore talking about like, oh, such a bad influence and like this and this and that, because now the Eastern world and like our homes and everything are the same. They're not a good influence either. And I think, okay, yes, but who set that system up? Yeah, gagged.
And who set that system up?
Anyways, because we, at least for me, in Malaysia, we were colonized. So, and we started adopting their architecture when they were here, and their language and their clothing style and like everything. So obviously their trade as well and everything. And so I was like saying that to him. It wasn't an argument. He was like, yes, like definitely, for sure. But then it also made me think that, like, especially for Malaysia, we were already, because first of all, Malaysia colonized this land. Like there are indigenous people, and they are not Malays or Indians or Chinese. They are indigenous tribes. So first of all, we did that. Guys, I'm running out of storage. This always happens. But anyways, where was I even? Wait, let me pause so I can think and not use the storage. Okay, I was talking about how like Malaysia, I feel like we would have been in that state anyways. We would have become, what I mean that state as in like consumerism, capitalism, government in general. Like, I'm not a conservative or a liberal or a whatever. I'm a secret third thing. But I'm just kidding. I have no political thought. I don't. Let's tone it down. But yeah, I feel like we would get there without the influence of the Western world, because Malaysia, at least, does, yeah, remind me a lot about like Western culture, countries. I don't want to go into that. It just does. But I mean, because yeah, we're like them, like consumerism and just like education, job, money. Yeah. Anyways, let's leave that alone. But yeah. And I used to, because I used to blame the Western world and like colonialism. I used to be like, oh, I shouldn't be living my life like this. I should be living my life dedicated to, what word should I use? Dedicated to the superior being that is Allah, and to love and happiness and community and nature and like and fun and stuff, but are not. And obviously education too, and knowledge, but you know what I'm talking about, like the whole process of school and job and expensive education and but it would have happened either way. I believe. I'm not that, I like history, I love learning it, but number one, it's hard for me to retain its information all the time, and number two, I haven't really studied it much. So anyways, yeah. And so that brings me to the point that my brother also made me think about even more on, we just need to have our faith and our morals and awareness. Yeah, we just need to have tawakkul. And yeah, did you know the Quran? Okay, don't trust the statistics. These statistics I'm about to say 100%, because I got them from a source, but it's a verified source, but I didn't look into it. Anyways, the Quran is 3% like rules and obligations, and 97% way of life and philosophy and explanation. And Islam is such a human religion. I don't know what to say. Not even human. It talks about everything. It doesn't even overwhelm me. That's the thing. Yeah, normally something as big as this, I guess, could overwhelm me, because everyone's different, but it would overwhelm me. But it just reassures me and enlightens me and makes me feel like just content, and also ready to fulfill my purpose, to have goals, to understand things, to do everything, you know? So I just think that's awesome, personally. And I'm also not really a person who just like brings up Islam like it's a hyperfixation, because it is, but I don't that much, unless the conversation calls for it, or someone asks me some sort of question, and then like the only answer I can think of is to give something related to Islam, because I also personally don't really enjoy talking about Islam with people other than my, so I cut off, but I was gonna say, other than my
select friends that also enjoy it, and family sometimes. That's just a personal thing of mine that I've kind of always had. Also, sorry to intervene, but my mind's thinking about this. My mic not be the best right now. But yeah, I'll just wrap things up because again, storage. But that's kind of all I wanted to say. It was just like lingering in my mind for a while, and it's probably gonna linger for like ever, in a good way. And yeah, I just thought, maybe if somebody else like kind of felt this way, but they didn't know how to put it in words, here you go. So yeah, Ramadan Mubarak once again. Take care and never stop. Never stop. Don't let nothing break your stride. I don't know. Okay, goodbye, everyone. Take care. Be nice to each other. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.